They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch, back to Fukushima. It's official. Californians are the most insane people in the history of humanity. It's official. I've been up and down. I want people to understand this. And this is hard for people to wrap around. Of course they're going to pull back on me. Of course they're going to pull back on me. And I'll tell you why they're going to pull back on me. Because this culture is a perfect storm that hates the truth. They think the alternative media is alternative when there's nothing alternative about it. Now you think about it. The sea lion's dying in Malibu. Oh, honey, the emperor has no clothes on Balco. I want people to understand that I've done most of this while in very critical condition. In October, I was given 2 months to live with AML leukemia. Went crazy the day Fukushima happened, blah, blah, blah. And I want to talk about these so-called pacifist experts, the Kevin Camps of the world, the Chris Busby, the Arnie Gunner. I want people to very much understand I have 2 PhDs. 2. My PhD from the #1 school in the world in finance, which people say, oh, can I read your... I read it online. My wealth matrix that was developed. I have 2. One right here in nuclearism. I'll go toe-to-toe with anyone. Not eat, sleep, drink it. I live with it. I've been up and down the coast of California. Now, I talked today to a guy in Eugene, Oregon, who called me. He's been driving up and down the coast, real contemporary, smart. Stops in every marine biologist department he can, up and down the coast, because he's a salesman. That's what talks to him about. We don't study the ocean. What? What? Marine biologists don't study. California is insane. I want people to very much understand. Fukushima's killing the ocean right in front of your face. It's California, especially San Diego County, is not the California of my youth, of my childhood. There's nothing recognizable about it. Nothing, especially San Diego County. Nothing. Zero recognizable about it. And I'm going to talk just about the geography. Yeah, by the way, the epic, mega, gigantic drought that's going on here, there, it's all Fukushima. I'm here to tell you. You know, yeah, it synergizes with other elements of the toxin salad bowl, the fracking, all of it, whatever, the GMO, the food chain, whatever. Sea lions died, starfish died, human beings died. Go to Scripps and we'll make you comfortably numb while you die, just like Huntsman here, comfortably numb. This populace, it's a perfect storm of ignorance. They cannot wrap their mind around a guy like me. Let's see, a guy, how can they wrap around when alternative media says your solution to everything is buy a gun, bullets, gold and silver? When a guy says get out of silver at the exact day at 47, sell it, that doesn't meet their paradigm. When a guy says sell your gold at 19, that doesn't meet their paradigm. When the markets they say are melting down, I'm saying double down, triple down, all over. That doesn't meet their paradigm. A guy who actually is a human rights activist, who actually really is anti-nuclear, doesn't do it for money, does it for the love of his children and his grandchildren, because this dogma, I could give a shit what all these morons think. You know, I really could. But this issue changes everything. Because it affects nuclearism, these ignorant dogma, passive-aggressive monsters who have deflected all this energy, the Alex Joneses of the world, the Max Kaiser, the Gerald Celente, all these regurgitators, now the early hardcore real ones, you know, Miss Milky the Clown, Jan, Christina, we're all marginalized. We're all pushed to the edges. I'm an activist. This camera does no justice. I could prove how California is the most insane, whacked out people in the history of mankind. We love the troops. San Diego, the great military. No, San Diego never been the great military town. What, because you docked some ships there? The USS Reagan hearing. I didn't see any of you there. Flying the flag upside down. I didn't see any of you there. You know, I protested at Berkeley, the head of the snake, on San Diego State, at UCLA, every one of them, at Scripps. I've been all over, on the piers, at Diablo Canyon, in the hearings of San Onofre over and over and over. In their face, toe-to-toe, hardcore with them. At the Omni in Carlsbad, fighting with them in an articulate way. I didn't see anybody there. I mean, one of the guys who's supposedly the biggest anti-nuclear activist in California told me, he says, I don't think it's a bad idea for San Onofre to dump their waste in the ocean. I'm not kidding, and I have witnesses. The Pacific genocide, and I want people to very much understand this. This is important. This has been literature, my gig all the way through. And like I said, I have 2 PhDs, one from right there. I taught at the #1 school of business in the world. I graduated there. Have the last letter of recommendation from this school is General Electric. This business school I'm in named after the CEO of General Electric. The guy who built up all the nuclear. The art school that sits right there, the MOMA's named after. I got kicked out of that art school. Kicked out. I wear that with a badge of honor. The guy who's the dean and president right there had me kicked out when I was young. No artist who ever made any importance ever came out of an art school. What about... I wrote a piece and did a bunch of work anti-nuclear, which my nuclear, it was called the nuclear vagina, nuclear trial about Japan, Russia, and the United States. I did it in the early 90s, which was my, second college degree. He failed me and kicked me out. The exact same paper I handed in to the #1 finance professor in the world, and not hypothesis via the testing. I have the last letter of recognition he ever wrote. Said it was the most brilliant piece he'd ever seen. This is what we're up against. They've infiltrated the MOMA in San Francisco is named after them. They've got it captured. They've got academia captured, but it's a lazy baby boomer populace. California, I'm telling you, I've traveled everywhere. I'm in New York all the time. At the Megan Rice area in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm all over. The most insane people. You look at them. You talk to them, it's like they're tranquilized. Oh, the poor dolphin. Oh, I got a tattoo of a dolphin on my hand. Oh, don't raise your voice. Oh. It's like the art has been so feminized, and then the people that think they're going to make it masculine, let Johnny get your gun. That's not masculine. What's masculine about Johnny get your gun? That's the most cowardly, feministic thing in the world. Hairsprayed pretty cowboys. When they ain't pretty. It's like this. I walked out of the bone marrow transplant. They told me when I walked in. Celeste told me later, you're red 10, Kevin. I'm the only one that's ever walked out of there. She says, I never expected you to live. After being in there for a long, long time with the RCM squared in me, I didn't think I'd ever come out. I didn't. The day that I first walked out of there, social worker comes to me and says, here, Kevin, hand me a bunch of stuff. I could barely walk. I had my central line. I was shrinked up to 120 pounds from 170 quickly. I kept my activism going, and I kept my fight going. She says it like this. Sorry. Jesus. She says it like this. And by the way, I get hundreds of those calls a day. Hundreds of emails, and 99% of them are babbling nothing. Will you do an interview with me? Will you do this interview? And I used to do them. I can't believe the insanity out there, the dogma. It's insanity out there. But there are a few that are great. I walked out of the bone marrow transplant center and she handed me a handicap sticker for my car. I said it just like to her, are you fucking kidding me? What? I says, fuck. I threw it up like that. People actually walk around. People in fucking carts and wheelchairs in freaking grocery stores, they take pride in it. Now you think about a society like that. Society like that is hopeless. How can it fight? It's so feminized, the masculinity in art, and then they grotesquely think it's masculinity in art, and go to this grotesque thing. So we'll be in the MOMA in New York. Very different than the MOMA in San Francisco. General Electric. The Pacific genocide. It's very important to know that I did this all. I graduated in their school. I taught at their school. Not now. Oh, they know I'm on to them. By the way, they're heirs from here. They're the greatest war profiteers in human history. Built this university, and it's so important that I talk about, and I did this. School of Art, what a fucking joke they are. By the way, the #1 finance professor in the world died of BSE from Stericycle. Killed him dead. We have a cancer epidemic in that school. They've all died of leukemia, everything. It's a curse. It's the General Electric curse. And I'll write about it, and I was writing about it. I was doing a lot of writing about it, my books and whatnot, but something happened on the way to that place. And I want people to understand this genre, and as an artist, I'm an artist, you know. Art has to be original. And without originality, it's zero, it's nothing. That's what's going on at Fukushima. This is the greatest event in human history, and I knew it. I knew it when it happened, the second it happened. 7 months before I got leukemia. I knew it. Kevin, you're all in. You've dropped all your activism, you've dropped your academia career, you've dropped your Wall Street career, you've dropped your hawk and trowel in your hand. You've gone all crazy Fukushima. Because I knew it trumped everything. This is the greatest catastrophe in human history. Bar none. Killing by the thousands a day right here, right now. The greatest denial in human history? Absolutely. The emperor has no clothes. Oh, look at the poor baby sea lions dying on the beach in Malibu. Oh, you know, let's go to scripts. Let's talk about the cure of cancer, you know, at the World Series. Everything. Everybody's wearing pink. Everybody's got a ribbon on their car. Either yellow, pink, whatever. You know, let's talk about cancer, 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 cancer. Everybody's got cancer, and I've seen it with my own eyes. Forget talking about the cure. You know, it's like our hospital, the social workers and anything. I saw it with my own eyes. They take their dogma to their grave. I was head of our support group in there. I mean, this is the most brutal place in the world, the #1 oncology unit in the world that I was in. They take the hardcore of the hardcore. The hardcores. They're all dying in there. You know, sitting there, I watch it. They won't fight back. They raise your voice. As long as you're comfortable, oh, we love you. Not our hospital. Our hospital wants you to fight. But it's the patients. They take their dogma to their death. Oh, God's going to save me. I'm going to see God. What? Really what? Because you said so? I've always been a believer that life is a test. It's not about, it's your actions. I've been up and down. I want people to understand this camera does no justice for me. You look at the body of work that I've done since Fukushima happened, while in critical condition, up and down the coast of California, in people's faces, the body of work as an artist, socioeconomist, and then people want to say, oh, well, Kevin, how, you know, no. You want to compare PhDs? Anytime, any place, anywhere. I have 2 of them. And mine are powerful. You know, and I've been in the theater. I'm not just in academia. I've been I don't eat, sleep, drink it. I sleep with it. I've been fighting the most brutal cancer a human being can get. Brain cancer, pancreatic cancer, ML de novo. It's a death sentence. I've done it without a bone marrow transplant. It's an amazing journey because I've fought back in a creative, articulate, dynamic way. Californians won't fight back. Californians are so postured and groomed into their passivity, you know, I don't even know what you call it. And I want people to very much understand. Alternative video, there's nothing alternative about it. They're pathetic. They're the tail wagging the dog, just like media. They've all joined the club. These so-called anti-nuclear activists are out there. Not one of them. Well, Ellen is, Caldecott, and I'll go pay my dues to her. You know, she's ran in a rail forever. But Beyond Nuclear, Arnie Gundershill, all of them, they're not anti-nuclear. I'm here to tell you. If they were, they would have been at the Reagan hearing. If they were, they would have been at the Megan Racing hearing. If they were, they'd been fighting. You know, Kevin Camps told Ackerman right to his face, I'm not anti-nuclear. They're in the club, and there's a bunch of people trying to get in the club. This is a nasty, hardcore, brutal fight in the streets, in people's face. It's like when I was at Flood Wall Street. They're all sitting around, you know, stomping their feet. Here CNBC pulls her up right into the middle of them. We all know what CNBC is. Kenty Anda's interview with Stratford. How does it feel to be a billionaire? Oh, I love why he's sitting in solitary confinement doing life in prison. You know, Madoff's all over. We all know Jack Welch, the other CEO, he should be hung. He's a criminal. We all know that. These people are that, you know, the money they put here, oh, am I going to annihilate this freaking liars, the heirs of this group? When I'm done with them, wait till I'm done with them. I know exactly what I'm up to. Because they're murderers. They're war profiteers from hell, and I'm going to take them apart. I will take their names off the museum walls. Watch me. Don't underestimate me. I've known exactly what I do. You know, is it the gods there be that placed the cancer in my body at this time in this place? Maybe. I had an incredible Wall Street career. Incredible. You know, it's all gone and I give it all up. I could go back to any of it anytime I wanted, including academia. We don't even rank top 300 here now that I'm gone. Passivity. California is insane. The Pacific Ocean's dying right in front of your face. The epic mega drought. The emperor has no clothes. What's Fukushima? Because they all still think they're competing. Now, you got 60-year-old women trying to make pornos. Freaking walking around with fake breasts and Botox. You got 70-year-olds trying to build bigger homes. Walking Fifi and Fufu on the beach. Look at the sea turtles, Fifi and Fufu. They're insane because none of them are solid the earth. Oceanside? I was at Oceanside many times. I stay in Oceanside all the time. You know, walk to the train, which it's concrete side. You know, your leather bucks. I found this on Oceanside. It's the real thing. And people look at it, oh, it's real. There's the metal marker that went across it. There's the neck thing. There's the finger on the back, the thumb. Oh, it's real. Big time real. Californians are the first that are dying. They're dying of cancer so fast. They go to scripts, make you comfortable, extract your money. You're in some kind of sickening, grotesque passivity because that's why it has to be from the art. They pacified the art so grotesquely. Even in academia, I used to write fuck on my board, go crazy in there. I learned that from Wallace Stegner. That's the way it was. You used to get a PhD, you'd have to be in the street and do the work. Not now. So they want to say, oh, look at these come by ya. Try me. Try me. When I was a little boy, my father was in and out of the hospital constantly. Something, you know, I didn't know when I was a little kid. Weeks with amnesia in the vet's hospital. You know, until I got a little older, and then the story was told me to my uncle. Human lab rattle in the Nevada test site from San Onofre. Nudes. Then I understood. I understood what happened to me. And then I get the same thing. Like I said, you want to compare PhDs? I mean, you want to pull back from me, go ahead. But I'm here to tell you right here, right now. Fukushima is the greatest ecological catastrophe in the history of humans. The greatest ever in the history of humans, in North American humans. You know, you can go into La-La-Ville all you want. You can pull back on all you want. You can pull back on everything I said, my language, my intensity. You can't handle the truth, you don't want the fucking truth, and you'll die with it. I see people inside that bone marrow transplant center just sit and tell me. God will take care of me, God's will. And they die. They die like that because they don't know how to fight. You know, the grotesque, what they call in New York City, you know, I'll be at the moment, the Metropolitan, the last decent piece of art made was by Andy Warhol. In the world! It's not just there, it's Europe. And then they go to what they call masculine art. That's not matter, it's grotesque is what it is. Sickeningly grotesque. California is so grotesquely feminized, and I'm talking even the neo-right. I got my gun, I got my gold. You know how feminine that is? Oh my God, it's the ultimate feminization. It's lack of self-confidence. That's what masculine is. You want to understand masculine art simply 500 years ago. Today. Holy Moses. Michelangelo. That's the last real masculine art. 500 years. For real. For real. It always is the art first. But the age of fission, this is a new world. This is a new world. You know, with a new calendar. And the new calendar started March 12th, 2011. 1,446 days. Wow. Day 1446. The epic denial. Sea lions dying, starfish dying, whales dying, orcas not breeding, no sardines, no salmon, freak or whatever. What, huh? Go get a dolphin tattooed on your ass. Get your freaking handicap sticker. Have that. It's disgusting. Alternative media, they're not alternative. And I will say this, that Amy from Democracy Now!, she believes in her cause. I know her. She's the one alternative media that I have lots of good things to say because I know her. And I know that she's really anti-nuclear. And I know she believes in her own work, hardcore. And she doesn't let advertisers tell her. She's the only one. She's the only one. The rest of them, they're not alternative. They're just the same as NBC, General Electric. It's very important that I call this out. And I'll put it into a book and I'll put it in literature when I've got some time. But I'm too busy fighting for my life and your life and my children's life and my kids' life. You know, so eat up your dogma burgers and, you know, California, the most insane populace of human beings in the history of mankind. On Balco. Stand tuned.